you can imagine what type of questions Danny Garcia was badgered with after Sean Porter jumped in the ring, after KO and Brand Ritos, after everything. But the question that probably got under his skin the most, according to this article that I'm reading, is the Errol Spence Jr. question. And it's getting under everybody's skin. But we back. It's the Boxing Clinic and more. Y'all can read it up there. Y'all know what it is. It's your boy CJ Goodfella. And we're here to talk some boxing. But, he goes on and says that in this article I linked in the description, he goes on to say that, I ain't ducking nobody. Ain't Danny Garcia don't duck nobody. I don't duck nobody. That's his favorite thing to say. And, over the last few fights of his career, it's been Duck City other than Thurman and Peterson, I would guess. Because he fought, Herrera really beat him. Then he went on the street with like Rod Salka and the other guy that he fought that Errol Spence had beat. And, he probably feels that way because he had a tough upbringing in the sport of boxing as far as being a professional. He was a back of the bus type of guy. The red carpet wasn't laid out for him, and he did work his way up, and I will give him that. But that was then, and this is now. But he goes on to say, "I don't duck nobody. I don't duck nobody." He just keeps saying that. Danny Garcia ducks nobody. Danny Garcia ducks nobody. That's what he keep on saying. But he also went on to say that no fighter in the boxing makes his own fights. That's why you got managers and other people in behind the scenes. And basically said that he don't get to make the final decision on his fights. And you can read the article for that, and that's factual what he said. That's factual what he said. He says that the management are picking their fights. Al has helped picking their fights. And I remember when he fought Matisse, I've been saying that over the last few weeks before. When he fought Matisse, Angel got up there in the final press conference and said, they gave us several names to fight. We didn't have to fight Matisse. This guy, we could have picked somebody else, and this guy wouldn't even be up here. He told you everything you need to know right there. Al Heyman ain't forcing nobody to fight. And we know that. He's a manager. He's not a promoter. Now, if it's like Bob Arum or Oscar, and it's beneficial to put Canelo in with David Lemieux and sacrifice one of your lambs, yeah, you do it. Because it makes money and it makes sense. But if it ain't, why do Ray Beltran and Lomachenko if it's not beneficial? It's beneficial to Bob to put Lomachenko up on that pedestal and give him another belt in 3 different weight classes. So, if, Lomachenko going to be Ray Beltran, somebody else will. But with Al, it's in the best interest financially, because he's also a financial advisor to most of these guys, advisor of careers, and a manager. And Danny knows that. And they sit down and they pick. He didn't go force you like, it's only Keith Thurman on the table. You got to take Keith Thurman. Nah. And he's letting you know that, I don't pick my own fights. That's a weak cop out. At the end of the day, you are the fighter. You're the one that's putting your life on the line in the ring, and to hide behind your pops, your management, your advisor, your whatever, your team. That's weak. That's weak. Yeah, Al Heyman plays Captain Save-A-Ho. Because if you remember, Oscar De La Hoya, and then when they came back off the coke and the fishnets, he came back and got some of his fighters back. And Leo Santa Cruz was one of the fighters that he had promotional control over. And when he got Leo Santa Cruz back, he proceeded to make a Rigondeaux fight. And Santa Cruz and his dad was so shook, Al Heyman, helped them buy themselves out of Golden Boy and got them back with just strictly Al Heyman. And those fights was dead. So, hey, we know what Al is. But then he goes on to say that I'm not ducking Errol Spence. He says that, I'm focused on Keith Thurman right now. And I want to get that loss, but I'm not desperate for nobody. I'm not desperate for nobody. But he said, I'll fight him. He said, ain't no thing. I'll fight him. That's what he kept saying. I'll fight him. I'll fight him. I'll fight him. Well, there's a date on June 16th, which we know you're going to make an excuse and you not want to do a quick turnaround. Because you're another guy that fight once and twice a year on Premier Boxing Champions. So you probably going to fight Sean Porter. I'll be surprised what brings more money, Errol Spence or Sean Porter. They probably bring around the same money, but it's a championship belt. So, it's a belt that people act like they don't want it. It's like it's leprosy, disease in the Bible, leprosy or something. We don't want the IBF belt. No, we good on it. But if it was a guy like Constantine Puelmarv or Carlos Ocampo or Luis Colazo that held the IBF belt, they'd be running up to try to fight him. He also goes on to say that, the reporter said, yeah, people were saying that about Matisse, and you were scared of Matisse. He said, exactly. But this is a different situation to me. Matisse was a power puncher. He had a lot of hype embedded in him. I never believed that hype to be true because I'm looking at his opponents that he beat. And I knew Danny could take it on the chin because I seen Danny take it on the chin versus Kendall Hart and didn't flinch. And Kendall Hart is a big puncher. And I knew Matisse was limited. I knew Danny would do it. Matisse, I'm not saying that he can't, upset people by beating Errol Spence. I'm going to make an ignorant comment like that. It can be an upset because anything can happen in boxing. But you're not that fighter no more. You're not the fighter that go in there, put your gloves on, wrap your hands, put your gloves on, put your boots on, and go. You're not tough no more. You looking like you was gonna pick up the baton and be the face of Philly after Bernard dropped it. But he's not tough. You don't have that. He's comfortable. He's rich. He's wealthy. His life is good. He's not that same mean fighter no more. That Danny Garcia is going out the window. He's not that vicious guy. He just cherry picked Brandon Rios. That could have been Sean Porter that night. And people hide him how, well, I was inactive. Hey, you chose to be inactive. Wasn't no injury like Keith Thurman. Wasn't no injury like Keith Thurman. So you chose to be inactive, and these guys are getting. He got paid 1.25. He got paid 1.25 million last night for fighting Brandon Rios Saturday night. You think he's trying to go in and maybe risk the extra, not even an extra million to make two, to face Errol Spence? No. Al is pampering these guys. They eating good. They investing money good. They don't have to take risks no more like they had to do when they came up. You don't have to, but like I said, he keeps saying, I'll fight Errol. We'll fight Errol June 16th. But we know it's not going to happen. Errol called your bluff on Twitter, and we know you bluffing. We know that you go back against the wall. You're going to have to fight Sean Porter. But him saying that he don't pick his own fights or not involved in the fight selection, that's hysterical. But y'all know what it is.